Good evening, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's been kind of a hectic week for me this week. And yeah, I've been working on this. I got 4 songs that I'm trying to put into a little, really like kind of little EP. Kind of a proof of concept just to see uh, what I do know now and also dive into recording and start learning that process a little bit more. And I've had a blast. Thanks to Henrik for all his help. I mean, perpetually. Been so fortunate to have um, his guidance in trying to do all this stuff. Um, yeah. One thing we had a lesson on Sunday, and the one thing that we ended up talking about, and I'm going to do this video for, is you've probably heard, it's really annoying in most of my videos, that there's a noticeable hum coming from my amp. Like you can hear that right now. It's really annoying. Uh, most of my pedals are uh, very noisy, and I always have that. There's always been that kind of hum there, and there's a way I can get rid of it, but I just never really knew until now how to get that fixed and cleaned up. And I'm going to share this now. This is a video partly from my recollection, so I have something to go back and look on when I need to set this up again, and also to help anybody who's coming along and trying to set it up, because this pedal is, at least for me, kind of confusing. So it did take a little bit, and Henrik did help me figure out how to set this up properly. And the pedal I'm talking about is it's a Fortin Zuul noise gate. So yeah, this will, when it's on and it's working, it'll clamp down on that extra noise, the hum and whatnot that's in my amp when I'm not playing. So, and yeah, figuring out how this works kind of confused me because it's got 3 ports, right? This is a return. Up here is a return, and this is a send, and then this is a key input. The key input is, well, in my opinion, the only time I've ever got this to work, it was because of the key input. I think there's a way to hook this up just using the return and send, but yeah, I never really got it to work that way. The only time I did get it to work was with using this key input. And the problem I'm having, because I'm like, okay, plug guitar in here, then I got these that go into the effects loop, the back of the amp, right? That's all well and good, but where does it hook up to the amp? It's the guitar signal hook up to the amp, right? Um, so yeah, trying to get that to figure out. What I learned, what you need to do is you need a way to split the signal. So you're going to put something into the key input of this, but you're going to need something else in front of this that can split the input so you can run your effects loop, and then you still have something going into the front of the amp, right? So best way to do this, and I've had one of these for a while, I just haven't had it hooked up, is to use the Boss tuner in front of the pedal. I mean, this is a pedal I think most people have on their pedal board. Really useful pedal, and it tunes your guitar. What's nice about this is it's got your input, so your guitar is going to go into the input, and then it's got an output, and then it's got a bypass on the side. So it's got 2 outputs. So the way this is going to work to hook up the Zuul with it is I'm going to take the output section of my Boss tuner and plug that into the key input. And then on the bypass, that's going to go into, for me, it's going into my pedal board, my FX switcher and my fuzz pedals, and then that goes into my amp. So that gives me the 2 things. And then I got my effects loop. Now the thing that's a little bit different for me is, because I have a Kemper, I run a bunch of my pedals through the effects loop already. I don't think you really necessarily want to do that for, I mean, maybe with your delay pedals and stuff like that. But for this, it's just, I have, because my Catastrophe, my Worm, and my Jive are kind of, they're my always on pedals pretty much. And having those into this little effects loop, I think I've explained this before, just gives me a little bit more control. And then I just got all my fuzz going in the front of the amp to further add some flavor. So I wasn't sure if running that the way I just said, with the output going into the key input, and then this also going into my pedal board. So for me, it's just, it'll be the same. It should be the same, regardless. I'm just adding more stuff after the Zuul in the effects loop before it comes back into the Zuul. So what you're gonna do now, once you got the front of your amp set up and you're going for that effects loop, you're gonna send your send from the back of the amp into the return, which is this one, and then you're gonna, for me, because I'm running more pedals, the return is gonna go to the input of my next pedal, and then I'm just gonna take, and then the return, no, the send of my last pedal in the single chain is going to go into the return of the effects loop. Kind of confusing. Maybe I'm not explaining it too clearly. I will add a picture of this, of how I have it set up, just again for my reference, future reference, and anybody who needs the help trying to figure this out. And yeah, I will show you, I'll set this up real quick and I'll show you how effective this is. So, I'll turn this, well, I don't want to turn the volume up, but we'll just do this. Don't hook anything up to your amp with the volume on. You have the potential of blowing your speakers. Pro tip. I haven't done that yet, fortunately. What I have done is fried a few amps, because another pro tip, if your pedal says 9 volt, do not plug anything over 9 volts into it. I accidentally did that, and I've got a pedal that I just completely fried that I need to get fixed. Anyway, so this is what it sounds like right now. You know, you can hear that. It's really bad. So I will hook this up real quick. So we're going to put the guitar into the input. Let me grab a power cord. Okay. And then I'm going to put the output into the Zuul pedal. I'm going to put the output into the return of the Zuul pedal. I believe that's right. They're not labeled, but I believe that's the return. Yeah, that's the return. And then I'm going to plug my next pedal in my pedal chain, which is my Catastrophe, into the send of the Zuul. So that is hooked up now. No, it's not hooked up now. I am ridiculous. Let me say that again. Guitar into input. Output into the key input of the Zuul. And then I'm going to do the send of my effects loop into the return of the Zuul. And then I'm going to do the send of the Zuul into the input of the Catastrophe. I might have those backwards. I will make sure it's properly labeled on a picture. But anyway, so that's hooked up to the effects loop. I need a power cable for that. So here's one of those. And then I'm just going to put my super switcher into the bypass. And now I got the Zuul turned on. And if I turn this up, there's still a lot of feedback. So Oh, oh, there's feedback because I'm missing. Oh, there shouldn't be that feedback. Let's grab this real quick. So, there is going to be a lot of feedback on this. This is a new profile I just got. It's the Mesa Rev 3 from Titan Project Audios. I haven't played with it really yet, but they're all really high gain. So, couple that with some of my pedals, that floor is still going to be a little bit too high for the gate to catch, I think. Because I don't want to turn my gate all the way up, because then it starts to clamp down on my playing. But if I go to, let's just pick one of my, yeah. So you can tell with this one, this is there's no gain on this profile. But even still, if I turn this off, and turn that off, it's not as noticeable right now because this is a quieter amp. Yeah. So yeah, again, it's really faint. I can hear it. I don't know how much of that is actually going to come in. Yep. See, that's really nice because normally when I turn that's my rat pedal. Normally when I turn the rat pedal on, that is very noisy pedal. And right now, see that feedback starting to come in. But I turn my gate on and it starts to go away. So anyway, there we go. I'm going to take a picture of this real quick, and I will tag it on the end of this.